All right, everybody, welcome to another Spades community show. We're so excited. Well, I am
You're
personally,
always
I am
excited.
always excited, man. I mean, this is just like, once again, this is such a long and awaited for thing that in some respects, I kind of didn't think it was going to happen. And yet over the past, 4 or 5 months,
Yes.
give or take, it is just
Yes.
manifested into something that has attracted many people to us, many different kinds of organizations. And I just think it's going to be something that will have an impact on the world. Um, Tonight, we're going to specifically be talking about our prosperity program, what that entails, how you get involved, how people, the average person, can profit, and how that benefits everybody in the community. But we're also going to be talking about how that particular program, along with everything else we're doing, will cause the value of the Spades token to grow. So with no further ado, Mr. Stephen Fantle, take it away.
Thank you. Thanks everybody for watching the video or coming on live here tonight. So for people who aren't all that knowledgeable about cryptocurrencies, what happens is that a cryptocurrency is available for people to buy, and it's also available for them to sell. And when you get more people buying it and more buys coming in than sales going out, then the value of the token goes up and rises. Also, as more tokens are released out there, supply and demand hits, and that can also help. But most importantly, it's about, do you get more buying than you do get having the token sold by the holders? So I'm going to share my screen here. There's a few reasons why the Spades token will continually be rising in value. Now, for those of you who've been with us before, you know we have this three-part process. For those who have not, well, we'll just explain it. So we have this community here, and it has a lot of commercial applications in it. So people will be able to buy things, they'll be able to sell things. We'll get into the prosperity program as well. So everybody in the world has something that they can easily share and sell and make money with. So the community supports the token because whenever dollars come into the community or cryptocurrency comes into the community, those funds are taken and we purchase our tokens off the exchange. So we will be continually buying every day's work. The demand for the community now becomes demand for a token. We also make it far, far easier for people to invest in this token because they can come to the community and they can use PayPal or a credit card, or if they have other cryptocurrencies, and buy our cloud credits and then cash them out to Spades tokens. That will be part of your strategy, actually, particularly people who are participating in the prosperity program, because you will earn, or you can earn, quite a bit of the credits very quickly. And if you cash them out for your Spades tokens, then over time, the value of that will continue to go up. The value of our credit doesn't go up or down. It's always $1. You know, we don't want a dollar as a national currency. There's a lot of reasons why we use a community credit. And the purpose of our token, of course, has always been to back communities as a backing mechanism, both for online communities and offline communities. So that's the important thing here. Like, you know, my wife, she has a great book. She's putting it up here for sale. It will be $10. Somebody comes along or she sends them to her book. They just pay $10 into our system. My wife, she gets the cloud credits, and then she can turn them into the cryptocurrency. But that $10 that comes in, that actual cash is used to buy the tokens, because we buy the tokens off the exchange, we put them into our community bank wallet, and then when people cash out their credits, they get the tokens from the community wallet. So we have a zero debt economic system here. Now, there's another reason why we think that this will continue to rise in value. Spades is only the very first of other communities that will be utilizing this model. There's another one that's quite close to my heart, and I'm going to show it to you over here. So this is called Ori Cloud. And if you've read our white paper, then you'll know about all the incredible technology that has gone into Ori Cloud. So Ori Cloud also uses cloud credits. It's going to take some time because this is a big development, but we will be combining the communities. When you're in the SPADES community, you'll be able to actually go straight over into Ori Cloud. There's a few technologies here that are really important, like the digital rights exchange. So on the rights exchange, you can register your content. You can even register it onto a blockchain. And we have, Ori Cloud has a NFT site that it's coming out with. And it will be quite easier than other ones out there. So you can come in here and you can register your items so that you have proof that you're the owner. You don't need to put it on a blockchain. This is more like a poor man's copyright. But if it is some kind of intellectual property and you want the certificate, as it were, that you are the owner of it, then you can do that as well. And you can control who has what rights to what content. These are grants from me. These are grants that have been given to me. Now, also in this cloud are a variety of other applications, very big ones, and other people can actually come and put their applications into this cloud. So Kate's, for example, this is a extremely robust tracking system. So you can bring things in, you can run a whole entire business with this. It does all of your reporting for you. You have a complete sales management system. The CRM is really great. And then you have libraries for your content. So Kate's is just one of many technologies that Ori Cloud has, and all of these type of business applications will be available to users too, and they will be using, as we saw, the cloud credit. So the one thing that's different here is that if a business is collecting cloud credits, the business, when they cash out, can actually get cashed out $2. They, as a business, are not required to go out to the token, but the users go through the token. And the point here is that there will be additional communities that will be joining our ecosystem. And so whatever it is that they have for sale and the funds that come in through their systems will also be going out to buy more SPADES tokens. So, because that's what we do, we back community currencies. So let's go back to the SPADES community here. And without further ado, I am going to jump over to the prosperity program, unless actually anyone has any questions about that they wanted to ask.
Well, I think what I'm gonna put a little comment in right now. You know, the thing to really take from everything that we're going to be talking about right now is that, like, even with the prosperity program, which we're about to get into, let's just say that's not your jam, right? You may not really care about that. You're going to utilize the community for different, for something else, right? But you happen to own some SPADES tokens. Well, the real benefit to you, even if you don't care about the prosperity program, which I would definitely say you should, but whatever floats the boat, it still builds the value of the token. All these different entities and people participating at whatever level that they're comfortable with will always cause the value of the token to rise and become more profitable for everybody in the community.
That's true. And of course, once we open, we'll be doing the charitable awards on the 1st and the 15th. We're still collecting some nominations for the first as we launch, which will be no later than August 31st, that this will be open for you to come in and get your account and start utilizing it. But as we fund charitable causes, they also want to use the community. We already have good relationships with a few of them, and they're quite excited by it. So as we are helping to fund them in their missions, we're also giving them a platform for the users and the people that they're trying to help, so that they have a fishing pole to get themselves into a better position instead of always relying on
A handout.
a handout, right? So prosperity, a variety of pages, and I'll show you this. And this will be a nice big video. Actually, the video will be done here shortly. It looks great. What I want to tell you about Prosperity Program right off the bat is that it's something that anybody will be able to sell. It's a digital product, so there's no shipping. You automatically get it as soon as you buy it. It's all available to you in the community, and anybody can do this. Now, there are people in the third world who are unable, I just want to get this part out and then I'll come back up here, who are unable to afford even $25. So what they can do is fill out this form right here, and we will loan them the $25 in order to be part of the program. Now, I do need to tell you this: if you're the person who refers the person who got a loan, the people who are given a loan aren't connected to other people. That'll make sense in a minute, because you can't have some people who aren't actually contributing as the way the compensation model works here. So let's go up here and show you what you get. Number one, to make sure it's worth $25. Right off the bat, no risk, money back guarantee. We want to make sure this is simple and there is no risk to anybody. Immediately inside of our system, and I'll show it to you in a bit, there's a button that says downloads, and you will have an ebook there that introduces you to a variety of things, including where right now you can go and get free cryptocurrency. So Uniswap, just to tell you how important that might be, Uniswap, when they first came out, gave out 400 tokens to anybody who would sign up with them, which at the time was maybe a couple of dollars. But now their token, at least the other day, was at $30. So if you take advantage of, if you were one of the people who took advantage of the Uniswap free giveaway, you'd now have $12,000 in cryptocurrency value from this free giveaway. And there are new cryptocurrencies coming out all the time, and new platforms or wallets or a variety of things in the crypto space. And they're happy to do free giveaways to start building their user base. So you will always be kept up to date through the group, because as a member of the Prosperity Program, you also group where we also have educators on various topics that can be quite useful. So right off the bat, there you have directions on how to get over $150 in free cryptocurrency value right now. As a member, you'll get giveaways. There'll be coupons, things that we give to the members. That's only inside of the community. It's lifetime. It's not $25 a year. It's not $25 a month. It's $25 one time. That's it. You're done. And again, if you're unhappy with it, you can always ask for a refund. So we also will be doing special Prosperity Program live stream shows. And if you happen to be someone that's involved in something, we actually bring the members of the program on the show. They can request to be a guest, and that way there's even greater value to them. Now, let me show you how this works. This is what's kind of crazy. We didn't make this program so that the community makes money. We want the members to make money. So on the $25 cost, we give out 80% in commission. And we do it by sharing it with 4 different people. And so here's how this works. The people that you refer go on a circle around you. And the people that they refer, they get their own circle as well. And the people they refer, everybody gets their own circle of people. They can refer as many people as they like, or nobody. I mean, the club is still worth the value. But every single time somebody is referred, $5 in value is paid directly to the 4 various people. So for example, if this person just was referred by this person, and 1, 2, 3, 4 people are paid $5. So in other words, in this particular picture, if this is me, I referred 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people. That's it. And I got paid over 55 times. Now, that can add up very quickly. I mean, really, even a single individual, if they refer one person who really likes to do some marketing, well, that can, be that maybe $500 comes back to you. There's really no limit to it. little as they want. And the idea here is twofold. One, we want people to be able to earn into the community. We want them to have the cloud credit so that they can either get tokens, or also they can buy things from other members in the store and the auctions, from the events, all of those different commercial applications that are available for people to share here. So this can add up very quickly. And it may be a little bit silly, but let's say each person average just 3. Some people do 6, 7, some 0, but even just 3, then you get about $400 in value back. If it's out to 5, so that's less than 1 person every 2 months, then it gets up to over $3,000. So as you can see, there's a lot of value that can be created here, and all you're doing is sharing a link, and you have various versions of this that you can share. The other thing this does is when that $25 comes in from each referral, $20 of that is going to buying tokens, the SPADES tokens on the exchange, right? Because we're backing that $20 worth of cloud credits that we've paid out to the 4 people, 5 each. And we're making sure that there is at least $25 in value here for you. And I think you get it directly with the free crypto. Some people might not want to get extra wallets. If you're familiar with Coinbase, for example, a lot of people actually aren't, that are wanting to use the community. You can take some short little quizzes and classes. They're like 3-minute long videos, and you learn about these different new cryptos, and you can earn $32 in like 20 minutes in various cryptocurrency. So, and if those go up, and like the Uniswap one did, who knows what that's going to be worth over time. So the other thing that we actually really want to focus on is scams in this community. Oh my God, the number of scams is crazy. Now my phone is ringing. They're going to turn off my power in 20 minutes if I don't pay this bill. And do I want to talk to the operator? And Lori in here, she had an issue with her computer, let somebody have access to it. That completely messed it up. Never give anybody access to your computer. At any rate, in the group, you will have access specifically so you can ask questions to professional internet marketers, finding out what the new scams are to be avoided, what's going on in the cryptocurrency world that could be useful to you, what are the best wallets. Maybe it's your first time trying to do a swap or an exchange and you need some help. Well, then you have actually a community that you can go to, and that will help you with that. When you buy the Prosperity program, you'll just come to your downloads and the ebook will be in there, and you can manage your whole Prosperity program here. Now, we've been testing it out, but we threw everybody out of the system because it's got to be, starting with nobody. So even right now, it tells me I'm not yet a member. And if I want to get it, here's where I can get it. But we do have some things live so that you can see how this would work. See, in my beta test, I had 8 referrals. We wiped out everybody's commissions. There's one pending because we're still running a couple of tests, but you'll see the people that are referred. You can click on them and go to their social profile. You can become friends with them if you want to work together. You have a regular link, and then you have 3 different versions. So we were just looking at Prosperity A. If I go to Prosperity/B, then this gives me a different way. Depending on who my audience is, we're going to give you a variety of different ways that you can share what this is. So this one's more about the cryptocurrency itself and getting into crypto. And it shares more about what the community is, because most of the people who are being shared this option aren't familiar with all the things that are available within the SPADES community. Right. So now they're finding out, yes, they can nominate a charity. Yes, they can put things up for sale in the shop. Yes, they can have their own events and actually sell tickets. All of these different things. So you'll have, I suppose the point here is that you will have the marketing materials that you need. There's quite a few more. Jack's actually here.
Real quick, I want to add on to what Stephen is saying about just the ability to sell tickets to events. So I went to an event that I had to purchase a ticket through Eventbrite, and it was a $10 ticket, right? But when I went to check out, it was going to cost me, they charged me $12.80, right? That's a 28% markup on a $10 ticket. You know, with what we've got going on, I mean, what would you say, Stephen, the transaction costs, once that's all ready to go, at least, what would you say that would be?
We're looking at just over 2%. And then when you cash out, there's a 1.85% blockchain transaction fee, because when we send you Spades tokens, we're sending you them on a blockchain. And anyone who's familiar with cryptocurrency understands that whenever you send something on a blockchain, there is some kind of a fee. There's energy that's used. They call it mining fees. It depends what kind of currency it is. You know, Ethereum uses GUI or gas, Bitcoin miners. We are on the Tron protocol, so they call it energy and bandwidth. At any rate, whenever we send you your Spades tokens, because you've chosen to cash out the credits that you've earned instead of using them within the community, then we do have an inherent fee on it. And this, let me just come back here. I'm going to go back up to my dashboard. This is an extremely flexible, large, and somewhat expensive platform to run. Just from fees on the platform, and even the $5 the system will make from the prosperity program do not cover the fees of this. They're not meant to. This is not meant, this platform, to be a profit-making endeavor. It's here so that people have access, particularly people in the developing world. You know, they probably don't have a computer at their house where they can save all their passwords and go use all these different types of sites. They need a singular place that they can go, one password they can remember, and they can do all the main things that they want to do. Here in this site, for those people who haven't seen it before, you have a Facebook-like social profile system. You have a group system. You can create the groups. You can even create your own committee and have a voice in the governance of the community. You can post jobs if you're looking for them. You can post events, and you can even sell tickets to the events. So, you know, as people who know me know, I really enjoy drumming, and my favorite are the African rhythms. And so, like, if someone was to teach a class wherever they were, I've got one friend in Kinshasa, and it looks like he's going to do that. Well, I would absolutely pay $5, because you know, and now 50 people can take this class, sit around with our drums, and actually learn some really cool beats. Well, I would pay for that event. And I got to tell you, in Kinshasa, a school teacher earns $2 a day. That's it for the whole entire day. It's ridiculous. So we also have auctions. You have your own storefront here. For example, you can go into the store and add a product. What is it that you want to sell? If you're not sure what the price should be, then don't add it as a product in the store. Add it as an auction item and let it get auctioned. So what we've done here really is take the best of everything. And this is how you navigate back, is just hit your dashboard and you'll be able to go wherever you want to go. So as we go on exchanges and tokens are sold that way, the funds will be utilized to help the community. If there are extra funds, then we can do even more for charities, because again, there is no business here. This is a 508 private charitable association. There are no shares. So it's here for this. The other thing is that when we get out to like the second or third exchanges, we want to take 10% of whatever it is that comes in from that exchange and actually share it with all the community members, which is great, because now they'll get cloud credits. We'll take it, the funds, let's say it's $10,000, and we're going to go rebuy our own tokens right off the exchange that we just released. Why are we doing that? Because we need to put those tokens in the community bank wallet so that They are there to back the cloud credits that are being given out to all the members. We really want everybody to be able to earn something simply for participating. And we are looking at eventually adding some ads to this, and then that would go to a community pool. And this way you actually are earning something when people are coming to your page and looking at your ads. We're just having to look at how we can best break that up. So essentially, program, we just think that we wanted to make something that was absolutely worth more money than people paid for it, that gave them no risk, so that if they don't like it after 60 days, we can actually give them back the value minus anything that they may have earned. We needed it to be a digital product so that anyone in the world basically could go and market this product to anyone else in the world, and that there was a mechanism in place, and this allows for it, where we could actually loan people who couldn't afford to get into it the opportunity to still participate, because they can market to people all over the world. Even if you're in Kinshasa on a computer, you can market to me, you can market to Canada, market to Europe, you can share information. And that's one of the things that we're hoping we'll be able to do with some of the charities that we're working with, is to actually show them, look, you have very valuable information. Why don't you put up a blog? Okay, real simple. There's places where you can do a blog for free. We are looking even at adding a blog so that the members themselves can do them, or that they can request it. Because if they're sharing pictures, they're sharing information, they're sharing whatever it happens to be, well, that's driving users to them from all across the world, right? And now they have something actually that can create larger returns for them, and can also act as backing in case they want to create their own local credit system, their own barter system. Because remember, that's what our token is all about to begin with.
Well, one of the things, just to kind of highlight the idea of what Stephen is talking about, that, you've said many times, is it's the idea of, instead of shooting a lion, why don't you shoot a lion video, right? Giving people a potentially different option to earn money in this information age that we're now transitioning into.
Exactly. For those who hadn't seen it, we have a whole system here that we've laid out that we hope will provide greater local food security for people. And the idea here is that, along with access, that we also allow those communities to be able to create their own digital community currency. This way, you've got an artisan who's working on the computer and they're getting the credits. What are they going to do with it? Well, it can be used as backing. So now some can go to the farmer, even though he's never going to touch the computer, and the farmer can now get something from the dressmaker. And you see, you have your own community currency potential, at least as a potential for backing. So,
I think the big point, because we've skipped around a little bit, but
yeah, sorry about that.
That's okay. That happens. There's a lot, right? There's so much, and I kind of used this example 2 weeks ago, and I'm just going to say it again. There's a lot of stuff on here that you can do. And the way that I equate it is to the same way that you use your smartphone, right? You may only use 5 to 10% of what your smartphone is capable of, but it's that 5 to 10% that's extremely valuable to you. And to wrap into the whole point of what we have kind of been showing here with the Spades community, the events, whether you're buying and selling things through the auction, everybody that is participating in this is all because of the fact that every time that they go to do something that involves commerce and they're purchasing a cloud credit, that is once again subsequently going and purchasing Spades tokens that goes into this community pool. And all of that is going to continue to raise the value of the Spades token. So by having this amount of utility, and also by building a community first, rather than launching a crypto, hoping that people, get involved somehow and that community gets created, we're actually building the entire community and then having a crypto be to the side that basically builds itself, because we've already put this community together.
That's right. I mean, that's the nice thing. If you can actually come in here and start with nothing. You have something that you want to sell. Maybe it's a book, maybe it's some music, whatever it happens to be. And now you can actually earn into the system. That's part of the reason we created Prosperity Program. Make sure there's something that everybody has, even if they don't have their own product, we're going to give them one, right? And we use the model that we use because it makes everybody wealthier. I mean, let's think about this. We give out 80%. Let's say you did 10. Let's say the average person in a year, one person a month with 2 months off, referred 10 people. If we paid you the whole 80%, the whole $20 just to one person, then you get $200, which isn't bad. But if you take that average of 10, just because that's what we used, with the model that we're utilizing, you actually wind up collecting $55,550. Now, I'm not saying that's what you're going to get, but if you just do the math of it, that's what winds up happening.
Well, the math basically, so you refer 10, those 10 refer 10, so that's 100. Those 100 refer 10, so that's 1,000, and those 1,000 refer 10. And so the math basically from there,
55,550.
And look, and it, some people
don't expect that though.
Right, right.
Don't expect.
We're not saying that that's the case. It's all based on what you do, but just like anything else in life, you could refer one person who then absolutely goes crazy, and you are benefiting from that. And it's then causing, once again, the value of the SPADES token to go up, and all through a program where you get useful and valuable education on blockchain, cryptocurrency, scams, all of those things. And even more importantly, thanks to the work that Stephen has done,
and Jack,
thank you, Jack. Because of the work that they've done, you buy this program for $25, and then you get a list of all of these cryptos that you can go and sign up for that will give you free tokens, so that you're not only getting your money back, but you're actually in profit because of that. So we've made this in a way where it really, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. So, you turned the recording off.
No, I didn't.
Oh, I thought you said stop. Oh, screen. Oh, sorry. Oh, isn't technology fun? I'm real smart, you guys. Okay, I'm definitely with it.
Okay, so at any rate, this is why we think the value is going to go up. And here's what I love about this as well. If I have Bitcoin, or I have Ethereum, or you pretty much name any other crypto token on the planet, what can you do to make that token's value go up? I mean, you really can't do much of anything to affect the value of the token.
In fact, you know what? Even if you could, the problem would be that these large hedge funds, and really just the people at the very top who are making all of the vast amount of the money, even if you were able to build the value, they can just go in and pump and dump, and and there's a lot more that goes into what I'm explaining right now. Probably don't want to talk about at this moment, but we've been able to kind of circumvent that to some degree by the way that we've set this up.
Yes, and so that's the end point here. There is something you can do. There's something you can refer people to the community. You can sell things here instead of on eBay, perhaps. You can nominate the charities. You can be involved and bring other people to it, because most people think this is a pretty neat idea, just generally speaking. And you just can't do that elsewhere. So, and that's the other thing you need to think about is, as this grows, and this is another reason for Prosperity Program, right? I mean, it gives people a reason to actually go and refer new people to the community. So let's say we start with 100 people. We have about 250 people waiting, asking me every day, when can they come create their account? So they're got a lot of people. Let's say we get to 1,000 people, and it takes even just a couple weeks. Well, that 1,000's then going to become 2,000, and then 4,000, and then 8,000. And then you see, it's just going to continue to exponentially grow. And the bigger it gets, the even more people that it's going to bring to it. And the more people who utilize it, of course, means the more the value of the token will go up. not even just from the buying that happens, but also just from the perception of the outside world of how many people are involved in this community, right? So that's why we think that this token will go up in value, and we think that the prosperity program is a pretty neat idea and a good way to help move that along and give people value. So that's all I got.
I mean, I would say that that pretty much sums up, at least as far as I think the points I want to make for this particular show. We're going to take some questions after we end this from the people that are participating right now. I think that's, oh, the question.
Okay, so Beth's asking if it costs $25 to be a member of the community. It does not. It is absolutely free to get your account. You're not required to be part of the prosperity program.
And actually, in fact, I would say to what was just asked is for the people that are marketers right now, you know, when you think about the power of being able to invite somebody to just join the community, give them a reason to want to participate, and then if they're interested, explain what the prosperity program is. It is an extremely effective marketing tool. I mean, you're just going to be able to grab people's attention and just say, hey, come and join this absolutely free, cool new community where you can do all of these things. And then when they join, you can say, hey, by the way, if you're interested, you should check out the prosperity program. It's $25. And then and we'll have videos that will help you do all of that. To me, if and I'm not really like a professional marketer or anything like that, but to me, this seems like if you are doing that, this is a marketer's dream. You don't have to like go in and try to pitch them on why they should sign up, and then they have to spend money before they can be involved. People can come in and be involved without having to put anything out of pocket. You can just bring people in, get them excited about what we're doing within the community, and then continue to kind of build from there.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, so it's free, Beth. Accounts are always free. See, the other thing I like about this is we will give free accounts to charities. I love the idea that, if I support my charity and I want to help support that charity, I have a mechanism where, guess what? I actually get rewarded for helping the charity, right? As a charitable fundraiser, we've got a few churches already that are really interested in this, where here's the church, they have their account, they send it out to the members, and they say, here, if you'd like to participate, it's $25. And here's the nice thing, if you share this with other people, then guess what? The church gets funding and you get funding. So actually you make your $25 back and you actually get rewarded. Now, if you want, you feel bad about that, you can always take your cloud credits and your earnings and just give them to your church or whatever the charity is that you're wanting to support. You always have that option. But I like the idea of a fundraiser that actually rewards the people who are doing the fundraising too.
Which is really how any major charity works when you think about how much they pay some of their people. Anyway, different subject, sorry.
Yeah, okay.
I know, but they're getting rewarded for supporting charitable causes, and so are the people that will participate in what we're doing.
Yeah. Jack, David, Lorian, Terrence, Beth, anybody have a question? You can always type it in too. I know you've got a loud background there, Lorian, from the heat.
Go ahead, Lorian. You're muted. If you're trying to comment, I think.
I'm actually muted because I sound like I'm underwater. I've been banned. I'm not here.
Yeah, Lorian.
We heard from Lorian earlier. She's in Palm Springs and the air conditioner went out, so she's trying to stay cool with a fan. Go ahead, Terrence, if you had something. I saw you unmute for a moment. No.
Sorry, no, there was an echo back on there because I was on 2 Zooms. But no, I was just saying it's a lot of good information. Sounds really, really interesting. I think I signed up on it earlier from the emails, but I have to look again. And but yeah, I just want to be able to explore more. And like what Beth was saying, we've been working around on some projects, and she just released a book, and we've been going around to different states, and she's been doing things around the world with it. And so I was wondering, in benefit to like something like what she's doing with her book on education and people connecting. And you know, if there was something that we could have done with that within the system and this new way of doing things, and so I was interested in that as well. But you know, you mentioned that, you know, teachers making $2 in some part of the world an hour, and I remember hearing that in your YouTube video that Tara had sent me as well. And you know, I was telling Beth about that because Beth is an educator, and we've been dealing with a lot of educators all around the world. So I just thought that was interesting that you have this system that, you know, can kind of serve in this
I'll show it
respect.
to you. I'll show it to you in just a minute. What I want to do actually is we're going to end the official show, because if we make it longer, people see how long it is and they're like, I'm not even going to watch. Right. So we'll stop the recording, but we'll stay on the Zoom and I can show you, for example, how you publish a book here. Real simple. So Bobby, you want to take us out since you're our host?
All right, everybody. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We will be doing a call, if not next week, then definitely within the next 2 weeks. Although we should actually next week be pretty much almost up and running, you guys. I mean, look, at the end of the day, this thing is going to be launching before the end of the month. Everybody's going to be able to get their account set up. We're going to be able to start really rocking and rolling this thing. You know, I could definitely tell you that, you know, some of the objectives and goals that we have will be to up the level of production value. You know, definitely will be taking this outside of Zoom into more of a real actual show. There's lots of plans and amazing things to come ahead, and we just thank all of you for being a part of this and participating, and we wish all of you a fantastic night, and we'll see you on the next show.
Blessings.